spettatori in piedi si possono prendere posto, noi siamo pronti per iniziare.
Every day, we bring solutions to mobility problems. We turn thinking into technology, and then technology into emotions. Travel into journey, work into satisfaction, retail into experience across the world, limits into legends. Big issues into big, surprising ideas. Innovation is key to our future, not only in engineering, but also in our commitment to communities and to the planet. And with the power of over 6,000 people and operations in more than 100 countries, we compete in the world of 2, 3, and 4 wheels, and even none. Every day, thanks to our different brands, we turn diversity into a group, shaping the mobility of tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Now, I'm so happy. It's an honor and indeed a pleasure for me to be here with you. This is a very, very important day for a very important industrial conglomerate. This is one of the key Italian companies. Brands and products are now part of our history, our daily life, and our collective imagination, if you will. Now, what we're going to do today is the following. So, today we're going to share our most advanced, let's say, breakthrough in terms of research, but we're also going to have a spectacular show. I mean, Aprilia Racing AR is a major team ready to start a brand new adventure in the MotoGP Championship. Now, because this object here is the real protagonist, and now it's not by chance that we are here. Can you see all of these cardboard boxes? This is a dream factory. In every single box, well, there's a bike, and the bike will be shipped to aficionados. By the way, thank you so much for following us in our streaming channels with different channels, because you know that technology is one of the key features here in the Piaggio Group. Now, because I mentioned the word technology and plenty of advanced objects, I think that the CEO, the president, will be able to talk about the wish of Piaggio to make projects. Roberto Colaninno, please join me here on stage. Good morning, Mr. President. Now, let me tell you that, well, today, this is March the 8th, 2018. I know that you keep thinking of the future, so your mind is future-looking, future-based. So what can you tell us back from the future, Mr. President? Well, I think you need fantasy. What it all takes is trust. I really, really believe what we need is trust. And, you know, before coming here, there was a short meeting that I have held with some of the managers of this event and this production, and this is what I shared with them. This is what I told them. I said, well, you are now used to work in an extremely unique environment, which is represented by the Piaggio Group. Now, this means the following. I mean, they are now accustomed, they are now used to the spirit that we have in this company. And, by the way, this is the feeling, I mean, the spirit that I really try and, fire up, push and increase. So once again, when you talk to these managers or people working here, well, they think that all of this is just ordinary business. And of course, I'm talking about what you have seen already and what you will be seeing right here in this plant. And by the way, this is just a little drop as compared to the ocean that we have in our mind. Once again, this is what I shared with them in the short meeting, all what we've done in the previous years. Some people may say, well, he's really boasting this incredible, successful life. Well, no, it's not a question of boasting. I mean, I need to tell you that we've done so much, really, really so much. So much so that it's now difficult, sometimes to think we are able to add something new for the future, which is not true. I mean, we do have a roadmap for the future. So in the past days or so, we made major decisions. I mean, very challenging, top-notch, very important, and even thrilling things. Well, hopefully we will be able to implement all of this. Of course, I'm talking about new products. I'm also talking about brand new technologies. Now, these technologies will help you drive into the future. And, until recently, it was really impossible to even think or talk about artificial intelligence, AI. While today, in our meetings, we keep using these two words. I mean, artificial intelligence, or AI, as the English acronym says. So we keep talking about, let's say, robots and new products. So robots will not, first of all, replace workers or engineers, but these robotized systems will open up to a brand new generation, the so-called humanoids. So once again, this is ordinary business today. I mean, talking about robotized systems and or humanoids. And this is the reason why we now talk about, engines whose consumption level is very low. For example, something like 100 kilometers with just 1 liter of fuel. There's another thing we keep thinking of. We may want to make some, bikes, and by the way, we do have an example of this here. Now, we're so busy working on this bike, and Mr. Albesiano, together with the 80 technicians and engineers working in his team, just imagine 80 very young engineers. I'm so proud of this, and so proud of them. Average age is just 32 years. So 80 new, fresh engineers. And what they do is working inside an engineering and development department with 880 employees. Altogether, thanks to the people we work with, so we invest around, we have 1,000 people. So we have, of course, workers, we have technicians, we have engineers. So once again, don't forget this. 1,000 people that every single day keep thinking on what will be done in the future in terms of research and development. So there's a long way to go. And sometimes, this is what I tell the big boss here, so Mr. Capellini, and sometimes I ask the question, 1,000 people every single day, so what are they doing? 1,000 staff working every single day. Well, every single day Piaggio creates something new, and now it would be too long and too complicated, to tell you what we have, in our mind for the future. Let me just tell you that we do have some fundamental things we will be doing in the future. The first thing is the so-called far away or extreme future. We would like to jump onto technologies which are in their very, very early stages today. Of course, we will have a new pipeline with new products. We will try and fight against pollution. This means that we will increase safety. And, at the same time, we have to work on, customer satisfaction. So we have to make sure crazy people will be happy and satisfied. And here, right here, in the first rows, we do have some crazy people. Guys and engineers doing the impossible in order to create monster bikes. That this is an incredible synthesis of technology, which is so difficult to tell you in a few words what's inside a bike. Once again, our future can be, summarized in just one single word: technology. I think we need to be a little visionaries because, we keep thinking about things that just 3 years ago we didn't even know they existed. And, it's a language that we just didn't speak until recently. So we will be able to do this. It's just like, MotoGP. Let's, we want to have a try. We would like to try and do this. and hopefully everything will go smoothly and well. What we want is winning. You know, I came here first time something around 6 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So this group did something absolutely stunning, really, really incredible. I mean, I'm talking about them, I'm not talking about me. So because we've done something extraordinary, we're now, you know, getting the fruits of what we have done. Because we have a very stable, if you will, group, and this group is now able to manage the difficulties on the market. You know, this is, in terms of economics, this is not an easy, you know, time around the world. So they are aggressive enough, they are so resolute and crystal clear. Now, for us, this is, let's say, the good ground onto which we can really build our future. Right now, we are managing, as I have said before, let's say seamless, you know, thrilling research for young people. I mean, we're looking for them. We need young people, young engineers, especially those who really, really want to, you know, live all of this beautiful adventure together with us. So we are looking for them around the world. So back to young people. Yes, we do find some, you know, young talents. They are filled with enthusiasm and, you know, excitement, just like, you know, the young people here from Mr. You know, Albesiano, because they give us the hope, the strength. So we are sure, 100% sure, we will be able to manage the future. You know, the future is something magic. This is a beautiful sentence. The future is something magic. I really like this. Is this going to be the title of this meeting? Okay, it's a small gift from me. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much for this. Very kind words. Now, you can decide whether or not to stay here with me, there's a chair, or going back to the first row. Oh, no, back to the first row. But before doing this, I have a video I'd like to share with you. So we try and share these very clear words: vision, innovation, skills, heart, and passion in terms of the racing challenge. So we have translated these words into images. So please have a look at this beautiful video, and then we will be talking with our engineers. So let's enjoy the video first. Thanks.
Ready for fun.
Sono pronti per divertirsi ora, e naturalmente per aiutarvi c'è tutta una grandissima squadra e c'è Romano Albesiano. Allora, prima vorrei metterti in difficoltà, subito così, perché voglio sapere...
Difficult question right away, because I would like to know what the President expects from you this year. Well, let me tell you that now, this is a personal thought, of course. Mr. Albesiano here has already given so much. He's still giving something incredible. And as I said before, this is what he's doing right now. He's putting together a thrilling team. And the team is now able to translate, you know, what we have in our minds, and this is what we hope we can reach. It's basically what I, said before. Plenty of, important things that we have to reach. I know this is not going to be easy, not at all. But, my trust, my confidence in Mr. Asbesiano is huge. So I'm sure I will be happy with every single result. I mean, there's no specific target, if you will. I know that Albesiano strives to the best. It's impossible to do more than what he does right now. No one else could do better. Wait a second. I don't want to have a last finish, okay? Now, this would be too easy. I can't say I expect to be the number one. I mean, okay, that would be a little bit too much, a little exaggerated, but I'm just tell you that, Mr. Albesiano, together with 70, maybe 80 young engineers working on a daily basis, together with Mr. Grisini, that, takes care of us with so much affection and passion. I'm sure they strive and they are doing their best. Now, they do their best to do what? So this morning they told me, well, plenty of competitors grew up so much, and we did too. So yes, you're right, but there's something I haven't understood. I mean, we keep growing and growing. Even Pedrosa went up. I mean, they managed to grow further. So we keep growing. We will, I don't know, one day we will just fly. So once again, back to be consistent. I mean, consistency with the group spirit. Mr. President, Roberto Colaninno, thank you so much for joining us here on stage. Thank you for your words. Of course, you will be spending the rest of the time here with us. So what do you think about these words? Now, Mr. Colaninno has been very soft in his, let's say, demands. Now, we won't be happy of any single, I mean, whatever result we get. I mean, we do have our specific aim. Now, from the performance level point of view, last season, last championship was very positive, by the way. And once again, I really have to work with and thank Aleix. So when the president talked about Albesiano, well, I am the coach. I mean, I'm training the team. Sometimes I do kick the ball, but I mean, they are the players, and we all have, top-notch, top-quality, top-level players. So once again, let me thank them. As for the pressure, well, we are used to be under pressure. This is not a problem. It's a spur. When it goes up, well, maybe at the very beginning you suffer a little bit, but then you understand, you give more. So in that case, it's fun. Let's talk about her. This is so beautiful, stunning. It's a fantastic bike. It reminds me of the historical bike with which Reggiani won the first, race with the 250cc. Beautiful three-color Italian livery. Tell me about the essentials of this bike. It's so Italian, so the look is so Italian. Now, let's say that this is a takedown from the 2017 bike. Now, it's small changes. You may think it's small changes that you see, but actually we have remade everything. I mean, the radiator, I mean, the fairing, even the fork, carbon fork prototype that we are testing right now, and even the engine. So the engine has received very important development steps, if you will. So once again, this bike is sort of a strengthening, a sort of a consolidation of the 2017 bike from the performance point of view that was acceptable. And we only decided to slightly change the aesthetics. I mean, the look of the chassis. Look at the journalists, look at the reporters. They really want to know more. In the MotoGP or sports bike, people never talk about aesthetics. But in my opinion, this is also important. I mean, we are back to the same shapes as before. A little bit is back onto the GP bike. So it's because we want to do this. And in terms of having a visual aspect, we want to have a sort of a connection with the real, production bikes, all of these beautiful bikes all around us this morning. I know that riders fell in love right away with this bike. If I remember correctly, somebody said, let's make a comparison with the old one, and they said, no, we want this one. in the testing rounds. So what about the tests? Have they been positive? Yes, what was so positive is that both said that the 18 version is better than the 17 version. As you said before, so we moved very quickly to just only use the 2018 version. We tried 1 million things, plenty of testing. Maybe we need just a little final touch on the setup, so we need to refine the setup, but I'm very happy, glad, and I do trust this bike. I mean, we are stronger than last year. Fantastic team, 2 very strong riders. I'm so happy about this. It's the strongest team Aprilia has ever had. So, of course, everything will be perfect. We will get to know the riders in your team. Just one question, if you don't mind. We're talking about technology and dreams, but they can be put together, right? In this company, this is the dream factory, as I said before, because this is where you make the bikes, including your job. I mean, you've been a designer in racing teams, but also in road bikes. So, do you think MotoGP is the area into which we will be able to get the right technologies and knowledge that will be translating into road bikes? You're right. I mean, bikes are a unique object because, you know, it has to do with our dreams, but then inside this dream, you can really have tangible, top-notch technology, just like space technology. So for us, it's a sort of an amusement park, if you will. Now, there's plenty of links to, you know, mass production or road bikes, because, you know, we live and we work in a company that thinks that, you know, this dialogue is so important, I mean, between the racing department and the road bike department. I mean, every time you wake up in the morning with an idea, and then, you know, at the end of the evening, well, maybe this is a little bit too much, but you can test that idea, you can try it, you can experiment it. Once again, we produce plenty of tests that we can really transfer on the road. This may be a nice example. For example, you can see there a kit, so you have the so-called wings on the RS4 that was developed based on the MotoGP one. And then, once again, I may share with you 1,000 examples. Okay, so technology and innovation translating into a dream. Now, all of this happens thanks to a team that we have just mentioned. Now, I've read in a recent interview on Moto Sprint quite recently, you said that you're not jealous of what the other competitors are doing. Chassis, engine, maybe a longer experience in MotoGP. This is only the 3rd year in the MotoGP for Aprilia. Now, this means that you really trust your team and your project. Am I right? You are right, definitely. Let's say that we have a small database. Let's say that our competitors' database is much thicker and heavier. For example, from 20 liters of fuel and 5 engines, now that was an incredible, you know, test bench, if you will, and this is a test bench that we are, you know, implementing right now. Anyway, I'm so, you know, satisfied, so happy of the steps we managed to go through. We see Aleix, which is Scott, I mean, the riders riding, but then so many people are working behind the scenes, I mean, in the boxes, in the paddock. Many other people stay here in the company. But once again, this is a result that's based on the work and the efforts of everyone. So this is the video that I would like to share with you.
Go.
Alex Espargaro.
Select items.
Scott Redding.
Go to the next level.
Are you ready?
Opinion, you also have fun while working. Can you introduce me someone? Of course, we cannot invite all of your colleagues, but someone, representing this major big team. Well, someone having the experience of working from home, now they work on the track. Giovanni Mattarollo may be the right presenter, if you will.
Ciao Giovanni, benvenuto.
Hello Giovanni, welcome. Giovanni, you have to tell me... Okay, right here.
Addirittura.
Certo. Perché tu sei padrone di tutto, lavori in azienda, lavori
So,
nel
you
paddock,
work here
lavori
in the
nei
company,
box.
you
Intanto
are in the
raccontami la
box, you are in the
differenza,
paddock.
cosa ti piace di
Tell me
più
about
e
the
qual è la
difference, what you
difficoltà
like best and what's the
Cosa mi piace di più tra pista e
biggest
casa?
difficulty. You mean between
Sono belli tutti e due,
the
sono
company here
importanti
and the
uguali tutti e due.
racing track?
Forse addirittura di più
Both, I
quello a
mean,
casa,
both are
perché è
important.
quello che nessuno
Maybe,
vede, ma è quello più importante,
what we do here is
perché se
something
non
that
hai
people
tutto a
don't know,
posto,
but it's
se
so
tutto
important.
quello che viene fatto
Everything has to be
non
set,
va sul
everything has to
lavoro,
be
non
perfect.
funziona, in
If,
pista non
we do
puoi fare
plenty of things here,
Vero
but
che
if these
si
things
invita,
don't
non
work
capisci
on the
cosa
bike,
serve e non riesci a
well,
capire
you
dove
won't
devi
get
andare.
any good result.
Non
And the
riesci a
same
dare
happens on the
indicazioni,
racing
perché a
track. I
casa
mean,
vanno
everything
avanti
has to be perfect there so that we can really improve
Quindi dire cosa mi
development here.
piace di più,
It's
mi
really
piace tutto.
impossible to
Mi
say
piace
what
sia
I
la
like
pista che
best.
lavoro a
I mean, I
casa.
like
Bravo,
both.
che carino.
Racing track, but also
Ah,
here the work
senti,
we do in the
vai.
company, here in the firm. Well, that's nice.
Devo aggiungere una cosa.
Let me add one key point. I mean, some people here,
Partono il mercoledì e vanno
they
si fanno
leave
il
on
weekend,
Wednesday, so they
tutte le
spend the
mattine della
weekends,
mezzanotte,
working
eccetera,
from
eccetera.
8
Poi i
a.m.
problemi
all the
sono
way to
in mezzo
midnight, and then
capacità,
Monday they are
e questa è
back
una
into
cosa
the
che
company to do
qualcuno fa,
design.
e sono
This is
sacrifici
some
pazzeschi.
people do. It's an
Credo sia
incredible,
molto tipico
crazy
nostro
sacrifice,
di
and I think this
Aprilia.
is
Giovanni
typical
addirittura
here in
un caso,
Aprilia. I think that Giovanni is the
limite, nel
best,
senso che
let's say,
quest'anno,
example.
porta con
He's
sé
a
sulle
limit
piste
case. I mean,
tutto
this
il
year,
CAD, cioè
I mean,
questo
he
software di
works on his computer with his CAD. So sometimes, as soon as he has time, he
In
keeps
merito a
designing
questo,
with the
pista a
CAD.
casa, visto che siamo
So
l'8
back to
marzo,
your
allora voglio
question, this
ringraziare
is
mia moglie,
March the
tutte le
8th. I
famiglie
would
che
like
ci
to thank
aiutano
my
in
wife
questo e un
and all
augurio a
the
tutte le donne
families
che sono
helping
qui.
us. I also would like to say hello to all the women here. Well, thank you so much. This is very nice of you, Giovanni. This is Women's Day. Well, thank you on behalf of women. I also have a second question for you, Giovanni. Now, we see, what happens in the paddock, in the boxes. Well, you can see here plenty of colleagues, I'm sure, we will be spending time together with the rest of the championship or the season. So sometimes you are crazier than riders. I mean, shouting and crying because, of course, this is an incredible participation. Do you have the same, let's say, thrills here? Do you have the same, let's say,
Allora, c'è sicuramente moltissima
reaction from
passione
your
anche
heart?
nel lavoro a
Yes,
casa
there's plenty
ed
of
è vero
passion
che è
in what
successo
we
e
do
succede
here
che
in the
si
company
trovi tra
because
colleghi
in
a
some
guardare le gare
cases we
assieme
also,
per
spend some
tifare
times
quando
with
si sta
our
giocando
colleagues,
qualcosa, o comunque per
watching the
vivere
race
la
together
finalizzazione di
so that
quello
you can
che è
really
un
see,
lavoro lunghissimo.
concretely and tangibly all what you've done in the company. So we do this together. Okay, well, this is it.
Continueremo a chiedergli tantissime cose in futuro.
Well, there's plenty of things to do in the future, and there will be plenty of questions for us. Giovanni Mattarollo, thank you so much for what you've done. This big round of applause is for you and for the rest of the team. Thank you. So back to the team. Now, there's of course there's a couple of riders. So what we need is Alex Espargaro and Scott Redding. Please join me here on stage.
Dai, così mi emoziono però, grazie.
Thank you so much.
Grazie. Grazie. Ma questi sono piloti e cavalieri.
Okay, well,
cioè,
very gentlemen. I mean,
grazie,
these are
grazie.
riders and gentlemen at the same time. Thank you so
Ecco,
much once
questo perché-
again.
Ah no, scusate, sto facendo casino con i microfoni perché mi sono emozionata per i fiori.
Sorry, mixing up, the
Qua
mics.
con me. Allora,
Okay,
torniamo
let
a
me
voi.
keep the flowers
Un
here with me.
inverno
Okay,
che
back
è
to you.
finito e
Now,
adesso si
winter is
ricomincia.
over. Now
Che
we're
uno
ready to
dice, no,
start
che bella
again.
la vita del
So
pilota,
people say,
non
well,
entra mai,
riders
non fa
don't
niente.
do anything from
No,
November to
ragazzi,
March.
questi
It's
due
not true. I mean, they keep working. I mean, you really have worked so much during winter. This is what they have done in winter to keep
in
fit.
vista di questa nuova stagione.
Just
C'è,
waiting for the new
Scott
championship to
che,
start.
tra
Scott,
l'altro,
for
mi ha fatto anche
example,
della sua palestra,
by the way,
sono andata a scattare un po' con lui,
I've
anche
seen
se
his
poi lui non
gym.
combatte con le donne, perché
Now, of course, he
veramente
doesn't
è un
fight
gentiluomo.
with
E tu,
women. I mean, he
Aleix,
just fights in
cioè,
the
cosa hai
gym.
fatto?
Aleix,
Cosa
are
fai?
you
Cosa
crazy?
fai?
What do you do? What do you do?
Raccontami un po' la
And
tua
where do you go?
preparazione invernale.
Tell
Guarda
us.
qua che posto.
Tell me
Posto
about
bello,
your
no?
winter
Bellissimo.
gym.
Sì, fa un po'
This is
freddo,
okay. It's a
però
nice
è un
place.
posto
It's
bellissimo,
a
poi
little
abbiamo tanta
cold.
altura, più di 2000 metri,
This is
e
more
va
than
benissimo
2,000
per
meters height.
allenarsi,
So
per
this is
allenare
great
con
to
gli
get
sci,
trained. I mean,
andare su
skiing,
e
biking.
permettere di stare
So it gives me the opportunity to comply with my, perfect weight. And then from the physical point of view, I'm ready for GP. Do you also do this, Les Scott? Oh, no, this is for Scott. I mean, boxing is for him. He's, bigger and stronger than me. I don't like this. I mean, I prefer the bike. Com'è andata la tua formazione qui?
I was there with you.
Yeah, that's true. Was midway through last year was good, working with boxing, and since last year I lost 4.55 kilos, so I did more with bicycle and running, changed my training to maximize the best performance I can this year. So I looked to Alex, I thought, good shape, I need a bit of that, so I start to pedal every day and improve a lot.
E insomma, lui si è allenato tanto, ha anche perso 4-5 kg per essere al meglio, perché insomma per la moto la misura è un po'...
Once again, just repeating what Scott said, this is the right, fit. So once again, 4.5 to 5 kilos less, and he managed, to get this result. Alex, let's dive deep into the season. Last year you've been unlucky because you got injured when the target was really that close. But I mean, the final, result is incredible. 6th place in Aragon, 7 seconds less than, more than markets, and then qualifications in Japan. First lap time in Australia. This is incredible for Aprilia in MotoGP.
Sì,
Let's
speriamo di
start from
sì.
there.
Io sono molto
Hopefully so. I mean, I have plenty of trust, and this is an incredible, bike. This is the bike for 2018, and it really fits me. I mean, it suits me. Last year, as you said, we had beautiful competitions, nice races, so there was an incredible history for Aprilia. So together with Romano and the engineers, we have adjusted the bike. So once again, the GP 2018 bike, I just adore it. Now, this year, it's going to be very important for me to spend the second year with the same people, same team, same bike, and same engineers. I mean, it's very important in the MotoGP to, always, spend time together. So this will really help us this year. So this won't happen for Scott. Primo anno con
new team, and for the first time you are the official rider. So what do you expect from this year, from this season?
I expect a lot, because when I first came to Aprilia, the first time for me in a factory was like a kid in a toy store. Was really amazing to work and develop. And when I look from Valencia last year to now, that the steps we've made is incredible, and it excites me a lot to go to the new season and keep improving this bike. And I'm super happy with the steps that we've made already.
Lui dice che è molto felice di essere in questo nuovo team, che addirittura la prima volta che è arrivato in Aprilia gli sembrava di essere come un bambino in un parco giochi, e quindi ha continuato a vedere la moto, provarla per
testing the bike, trying the bike in order to improve day after day. Okay, I do have a question for the season objective. Look at Aleix, what is the objective? Now, this is the objective we have for this season. Of course, what we want is getting closer and closer to the top bikes. So we have 2 riders here which are able to fight every single day to get to the top 10. And I'm sure that on some occasions, and even in more than one occasion, they will also strive for the top 5. So this is our target. And who knows? I mean, this is a sport. I mean, if there's the right feeling, I mean, we develop the bike, we improve the bike. I can't tell you that we can reach whatever target we want.
Good question.
Ottima domanda.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's what we have to do. No, like I said, the steps we made has been incredible. And after Qatar test, we worked a lot on the race run. And the most impressive thing of this bike is the consistency. And in MotoGP, in the race, this is the first key point you need. And this is something that we have in the pocket. And I think we will see a good race in Qatar from me and from Aleix.
Va bene, dai, è stato più così diplomatico, però più politico, però va bene, ci siamo. Gli obiettivi
politically correct. Anyway, so are you going to, I mean, your fiancé is Italian, your teammate speaks Italian, the team is Italian. tell me something in Italian. Yes, I do. Okay, well, congratulations, Scott. For the rest of the season, so for the whole championship, of course, you're very social, so I guess we will get plenty of information from social networks. So who's the winner in terms of social networks? Okay, well, we have your social network figures. And if I'm not mistaken, the winner is Alessia Spargaro in terms of social networks. Okay, Scott, we need to raise the bar, okay? We have to keep improve the photos and the videos. Bene, andiamo a migliorare quindi il contenuto social in termini di foto e anche di video. Okay, I think that we have more than 2 riders. We have 3 riders. What a rider! 2 times the World Championship winner, Fausto Grasini. Hello, everyone. Fausto, what can you tell these 2 riders? I mean, based on your expertise, can you transfer all of this expertise to them so that they can also win? It's very easy. I can tell them, as usual, to strive at best, give the maximum, stay focused, and keep working with the rest of the team in the best possible way by involving all the rest of the team, the engineers, and then, you know, you really have to give the best, but also get the best. It's not easy. I mean, the MotoGP bike is complicated with 1,000 systems, you know, on the bike. It's an amazing, let's say, structure. So we have to do the maximum to get the best yield and performance. I also think that the bike has been improved so much, and I have to say it looks much nicer and more beautiful than last year. So we have high hopes. We also have high competition, actually, but I'm sure that Aprilia, and especially the Aprilia's engineers, and with all of the enthusiasm they have, I'm sure they may manage to do a great step forward to wrap up a high level of competition, because the other teams became stronger and stronger, including Aprilia. Absolutely, yes, there's been a sort of a general upgrade. I mean, the level is higher for everyone. Do you think Marquez is still #1? So what do you expect from the other teams? Yeah, well, Marquez is the favorite, I mean, winner or rider, if you will, because he's the world champion. And then, you know, Honda, Ducati, of course, and Yamaha, the other favorites. This is something we know. Anyway, the let's say the top, let's say, times are very close to each other, so that there are no big gaps. It won't be an easy championship. I mean, we really have to fight to get to the top. What I really want to think is that we can do something great, that the championship for us will be great, and, you know, consistently, regularly, we will be able to show how good the bike is, including our, you know, riders. So they are so strong that they give us so much energy every single day. So I think that this is the most important thing to do. Once again, fighting with the best and against the best ones, this is our target for the year to come. It's a high level, you know, objective, so it's very ambitious. So, okay, well, break a leg. So good luck. Next week, we will all go to Qatar. Aleix and Scott Retti, Romano Albesiano, Roberto Colanino, the president, thank you so much. I really would like to thank the whole team, because thanks to you, all of this is possible. And of course, we have fun in every single Grand Prix. Thank you so much for staying here with us today. We have a light lunch right here. That's it. Bye-bye. And then, of course, we will see you in Qatar all the way to November. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, I guess we have a photo opportunity with the president. I see joy in your eyes for this proposal. Maybe it was not the right